They call us kings. That's cute, because I was born into dirt, blood, and screaming. My mother is panting, weak, half-starved, and still has to keep licking me clean, because if I smell like afterbirth, something will come eat me before I open my eyes. There's no crown, just heat, flies, and the rumble of something big walking past. My siblings are crawling over me, blind and hungry, just as helpless. But there's no room for weakness here, not when you're born royalty with a target on your back. The first lesson you learn is silence. Cry too loud, and a hyena hears. Move too much, and a leopard checks in. My mom didn't give birth to cubs. She gave birth to snacks on legs. And even if predators don't get us, the biggest threat is the males in our own pride. If we're not his cubs, we're dead. He'll crush our skulls like twigs, and my mom will just sit there, because if she moves, she dies too. Welcome to the circle of life. It's less of a circle, more of a meat grinder. You'd think being a lion cub means your mom protects you, but she's barely surviving herself. She hunts at night with cracked paws and missing teeth. She doesn't eat first. She doesn't sleep much. She can't even roar, because sound gives you away. And while she's out risking her life, I lie hidden in a patch of dead grass, hoping no snake or jackal finds me. Every second feels like a countdown I never started. If you're still breathing after all that, maybe hit subscribe and tap the bell, because the wild doesn't come with reruns. Time moves weird when you're hiding. One day bleeds into the next like the blood from last night's kill. I don't know what day it is. I don't even know how many siblings I had. One of them stopped moving yesterday. Nobody cried. Nobody stopped. It's just me now, or maybe me and one other if he's still breathing. Flies buzz around our ears like tiny vultures, and the sun cooks the dirt we lay on. My stomach cramps, my mouth is dry, and my fur is patchy. They say lions are built for greatness, but greatness doesn't feel like this. It feels like waiting for something with teeth to find me before my mom does. They say lions rule the savannah, but as a cub, you don't rule anything. You hide from ants, you dodge birds, even a mongoose could end you. The wind sounds like danger, every rustle makes your heart jump, and your only real defense? Staying still, for hours, for days. If mom doesn't come back soon, your body starts to eat itself. You chew on your tail, your own fur, anything to forget that you haven't eaten in 2 sunrises. When she finally returns, it's not relief, it's another test. Did she catch anything? Or is she just here to watch another cub die quietly beside her, too tired to move? When you're finally strong enough to walk, life doesn't get easier, it just gets faster. Now you're expected to follow the pride, to move when they move, hide when they hide, eat only if there's anything left. You're still bottom of the food chain, but now you have to act like you're not. And God forbid you trip or limp. Injured cubs don't last. The pride won't wait. Your mom might try to help, but if the pride senses weakness, they'll leave you behind like shed fur. You start to understand the game. It's not about growing up strong. It's about not dying before you matter. Hunger teaches you things, like how bones crack louder when you're starving, or how the smell of rot makes your mouth water when there's nothing else. You start eyeing your siblings differently, not like family, but like competition. The stronger one gets the liver, the rest gets scraps. Your claws come out not to fight enemies, but each other. And the adults? They eat first, always. If you reach for food too soon, you get a snarl or worse, a swipe. One of us lost an eye that way. He doesn't complain. He just eats slower now, if he eats at all. There's no childhood, only survival training. Every day is a lesson in silence, in patience, in pretending you're brave even when you're shaking. You learn to read faces, not human ones, lion ones. A twitch of an ear means danger. A tail flip means run. You learn that the smell of blood doesn't mean food. It means move. Because when a kill happens, bigger bodies crush smaller ones to get in. I've seen a cub suffocate between ribs just trying to eat. Nobody noticed. The adults licked their jaws and walked away. He wasn't unlucky. He was just slow. Then comes the day you meet the males, the big ones, with manes like fire and eyes like storms. If you're lucky, one of them is your father. If not, run. When a new male takes over, it's not a handshake, it's a purge. He kills every cub that isn't his, one by one, as the lionesses watch with empty eyes. They don't want to, but they don't stop him either. He's the new king, and nature says he has to make room for his own legacy. My friend tried hiding, didn't work. I stayed still, breath locked in my chest, while he screamed. It didn't take long. Surviving a takeover doesn't make you strong, it just makes you next. Because now you're stuck under a male that isn't your father, who tolerates your breathing only because the lionesses let you live. But he watches, he waits. If you slip, if you steal a scrap too soon, if you grow too fast, he remembers you're not his. So you shrink, you act small, you stay close to your mother and pray you don't stand out. That's the secret to staying alive as a lion cub. Be invisible, be forgettable, because the moment someone notices you, it might be the last moment you ever matter. We move again, always moving. No home, no den, just endless savanna and burnt grass. Each night is colder than the last, and each sunrise feels like a dare to survive one more day. You sleep curled up with your mother's ribs pressing against you, feeling her heartbeat like a fading drum. Some nights she doesn't come back at all. On those nights, you don't sleep. You just listen. Every sound feels like footsteps. Every shadow, a reason to stay awake. That's what it means to be born a lion. Never fully resting, never truly safe. Even under the stars you were told you ruled. When the hunger really hits, you stop caring what food is. You chew on bones already cracked, lick dry blood off grass, even sniff at dung, just to feel something on your tongue. One time, we found a half-rotten jackal carcass. My sister dove for it. The lioness didn't even stop her. That's how bad it gets. Dignity isn't part of the diet here. And the worst part? After all that, after clawing for every bite, you're still growing slower than you should. You feel it in your legs, how they shake too much when you stand. You know deep down you're falling behind, and no one's going to wait. Falling behind isn't just a feeling, it's a death sentence. The pride doesn't slow down, not even for blood. You limp? That's your problem. You cough too much? Stay out of the way. I once saw a cub trip in the middle of a river crossing. The current wasn't even strong, but no one turned back. His head disappeared beneath the water, quiet, like he was never there. And after? Silence. No mourning. No looking back. We kept walking. The lesson was clear. Don't become dead weight. Because in the wild, dead weight dies twice, once in the body, once in memory. Some cubs dream of becoming kings. I dream of making it to next week. Because here's what they don't tell you in those majestic wildlife clips. For every lion roaring on top of a rock, there are 5 others buried beneath it. The males were supposed to become. Most of them never do. They're chased out before they're ready, forced to roam, starve, fight, and die. The lionesses, if they're not strong, they get left behind too. There's no inheritance, no mercy, no second chances. This isn't a kingdom. It's a conveyor belt of brutality dressed in golden fur. There's a moment, right before your first real hunt, when you think, maybe, just maybe, this is where it turns around. That now you're part of something bigger, that you finally matter. But then the hunt begins, and you realize you're just another moving piece. Not the lead, not the killer, just a distraction. You chase, you stumble, you bleed. And if the hunt fails, you starve again. If it succeeds, you still wait your turn. You watch as the lionesses eat first, then the dominant male, then the older cubs. By the time you reach the carcass, flies are already claiming it. That's your reward, leftovers wrapped in illusion.